Good evening. My name is KARTHIGAIYAN, son of SAMINATHAN. My entry number is 14DM19F1043. I am from DAM for A section 2. Now I will present about the case study of engineering society. Introduction. On 8 September 2020, there was an issue of river water pollution around Selangor. It was found that the river pollution was caused by a factory. The plant operation without a silent license for the past 6 years. The owner of the factory also changes the type of business even though it has been given ceasefire notice by the Selayang Municipal Council (MPS). A survey at the plant found that the SAC had patented notice under Section 70 in 1 of the Drainage and Building Trade Act for building without permission. Factory owners are given a 3-day period to submit any proof to approve the or approval the operate. Filing that the factory will be demolished, the factory was also given a ceasefire notice in operation last March. Yet the factory owners are dying and returning to the operation in June. The director of the association cooperative found the owner of this factory failed to comply with the fire notice given in March. Selangor Prime Minister Dato Sri resident agreed to Amaluddin Shari ordered to the plant to be demolished and residents found supporting to move. Almost all the surrounding residents agreed for the factory to be demolished and charged with a compound of 1 million ringgit. The river pollution incident resulted in 1.2 million users around the Kalang village breaking down water supply. Water Management Selangor SDB expect water supply to the affected areas to be fully recovered in the near future. Now I want to talk about the workers, the workplace and the environment safety and health, awareness and compliance with the relevant statutory and legal requirement and working area. Part 1 Engineering Management in Society. Now, classify laws and standard in engineering practice. First, a registered professional engineer with practicing certification shall not falsify his qualification or permit misrepresentation of his association qualification. He shall not misrepresent or exercising his fact concerning employer, association and joint venture or past accomplishment. The second, a registered professional engineer with practical and certificate shall check with a due diligence that accuracy of fact and the data before he is signing or orders any statement or claim. He shall not sign on such document unless where necessary. He has made qualification on error and inaccuracies. The third is a registered professional engineer with practicing certificate shall respond within reasonable with to communication and the board or any other relevant authority on matter pertain to its professional service. Now, the determine legal and regulatory obligation for public safety, workplace safety, and protecting on the environment. Okay, the developing, the maintaining, and communication emergency action plans that address produced to be followed by personnel in case E for fire, earthquake, and major chemical spill or any other emergency. And other than that, the extensive and supporting program that provided document training to personnel regarding and regulation method to identify and eliminate essential condition record keeping requirement and department procedure and they are responsible. The third is ensuring the all research involving potential biological and chemical and physical agent is conducted according with university policy and product and applicable law and regulation. Lastly, analyzing work production to identify hazard and then ensuring that proper measures are documented and implement to eliminate all those hazards. Thank you. Now I pass to my friend ADLIN.
Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya ADLIN binti YUSRI from DAM 4AS2 dan nombor metrik saya adalah 14 F1059. Okey, hari ini saya akan tentang case study Djj 40132. Okey, correlate duty to professional employer and society. Okay, 1. Engineer shall hold paramount the safety, health and welfare for the public. 2. Engineer shall perform service only in the area of their competence. Okay, 3. Engineer shall issue public statement only in objective and truthful manner. Okay, 4. Engineer shall act to each employer or client as factor agents or trustee. Engineer shall avoid decapitation. Right. Okay, classify professional obligations and duty. Professional obligations, okay, duty of employer, obligations of employer, and duty of employer. Okay, the IOW Code of Professional Conduct that need to obey relate to the case study. Part 2, professional body in engineer ethics. Okay, classify professional conduct. Okay, 1. Be inclusive. 2. Be considerate. 3. Be respectful. And 4. Choose your word carefully. Okay, identify the code of professional conduct for related engineering field in Malaysia, PEM. Okay, 1. A registered professional engineer shall check with due diligence and accuracy of fact and data before he signs or endorses any statement or claim. He shall not sign on such a document unless, when necessary, he has met qualifications or error and inaccuracies. K2. A registered professional engineer shall not falsify his qualifications or permit misrepresentations or his qualification. He shall not mispresent or exaggerate his responsibility in or for the subject matter of previous assignment. He shall not mispresent pertinent fact concerning employee assessing joint venture or past employment. Okay, 3. A registered professional engineer shall respond within reasonable time to communications from the board or any other relevant authority or matter pertaining to his professional service. K2.3. The creative and innovation skill in solving related engineering challenge or issue. Okay, part 3. Sustainability and green engineering. Okay. Illustrate. Okay. Model of sustainable development. Okay. 3 legging stool. Okay. 3 overlapping circle and 3 nested dependencies. Structure Malaysia Green Technology Master Plan. The Green Technology Master Plan (GTMP) is fundamental and outcome of the 11th Malaysia Plan, okay, 2016 hingga 2020, which has earmarked green growth as one of its aims, change altering the trajectory of the nation growth. The GTMP created a framework which facilitated and mainstreaming of green technology into the planned development of Malaysia, while encompassing the 4 pillars set in the National Green Technology Policy (NGTP). Energy, Environment, Economy and Social. The first editions of the GTMP focus on 6 key sector, namely energy, manufacturing, the transportation, building, waste and water, and the attempt to harmonize the policy direction of the natural resource. The green technology goal established for each sector will be progressively realized and fine-tuned in the policy and actions developed in every 5 years national development plan period. Okay, ada transport, energy, building, manufacturing, water and waste. Okay, next. ALYA will continue.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL ATHIRAH binti ZAINUDIN. I'm from Term 4A Session 2. My matrix number is 14DM19F1045. I want to continue this presentation. Discover invention and innovation towards sustainability and green technology related to the case 1. Mass on APC recycling robot. 2. Aquarius waste energy system. Next, I want to explain about the determine the needs for sustainable and green engineering towards providing the solution in related needs. Sustainable engineering should be based on principles that support sustainable development as defined in the upper section of this lesson. Engineering forms an interface between the design, the idea how to provide sustainable solution to a technical problem, and implementation and production. In case of technology development, engineering base is linked to almost every level of technology design spectrum. Sustainable engineering principles should be contemplated and applied daily to ensure that technology development and scale up follow the environmentally vegan route. It will be hard to turn back to redo and redesign things from later stage. In that sense, the sustainable engineering principles should be taken into account in decision making for both business and industrial projects as well as policy making and decision regarding funding of technological research. So I want to explain about the illustrate the current issue of sustainability. Method and implement of the integrated management concept of water resource and related ecosystem. Okay. From development objective, we have the SIG implementation. For example, to secure issues assessment, to water resource policy strategy, to IWRM implementation plan, to action of implementation, and lastly is monitoring evaluation of program and back to the national goal. As per this conclusion, the GTMP puts into place a framework that facilitates the mainstreaming of green energy in Malaysia. The goal of GTMP is to strengthen the role of the green economy and green technology as a catalyst to address Malaysia's aspiration for sustainable growth. 6 key sectors focused in GTMP are energy, manufacturing, transport, building, waste and water. The building sector is dynamic and uses much energy. It is new trends appearing in landscape, very easy to future-proof building sector. Compliance to it is standards and legislation, incentive, attractive financial package, EPC model of retrofit and construction standards and practice. To this end, the GTMP has been developed as a strategic roadmap that informs the intention for the future development of green technology strategies and programs in Malaysia. In the first iteration, the GTMP has targeted 6 key sectors that are the primary contributors to carbon emission in the country. The example is energy production and supply, buildings, manufacturing, transport, waste management and water supply. The initiatives that are described in the case area, of which some are already underway, will be expanded as more data is amassed that can be interrogated for greater specificity in setting targets. Future economic plans for the country will therefore be more holistic and produce a more sustainable economy with shared goals and coordinate policy instruments. In addition, Malaysia will eventually need to graduate from a path of technology adoption and adoption towards greater homegrown innovation in green technology. This will require the persistent application of the 5 strategic thrusts that have been described in this GTMP. Decoupling economic growth from carbon emission has the added benefit of ensuring that Malaysia remains competitive as an investment destination as it keeps pace with other economies that are pushing it aggressive. GTMP showed with the Way for Malaysia Transformation National 2050 to be amongst the leading global economies. Many of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) formulated by the United Nations can also be achieved through the GTMP. Realistically, it will require an informed and committed stakeholders to work on the broad targets in the GTMP, which will create a greener and more sustainable Malaysia for the future generation. That's all from me. Thank you.